Welcome everyone back to the UK Journeyman save. In today's episode, we have our first two games in the Premiership in the top division of Northern Ireland. We're away to Glenavon and then at home to Glentoran, the Glens. Since you last left us, obviously, has been the transfer special, so we really haven't moved at all. Nothing's happened since you last left us. So we do have a cup game as well in the Northwest Cup or whatever it's called, Northwest Senior Cup. But we'll play that off camera, obviously. Might even use the new instant result on that one. But this is the team we're going with for the first game. Oh my god, we have an appearance from the assistant manager, the cat. Get up there. Get on window. Right. They've just like knocked everything. Oh, they're so annoying. Anyway. The assistant manager's back there, making sure everything's in tip-top shape. And things are not in tip-top shape because we don't have a proper left-back and our centre-mid isn't really trained to play DM. But it'll be fine. We've got Abbottson in goal, back four of Brown, Reece McNally making his debut for the club, Baptiste on loan from Doncaster making his debut for the club, Brannigan shifted out to left back, Williams making his debut alongside Carlin, and then we've got a front four of Chapman, Con Clark, Jordan Hugill making his debut along with Jones. Gregory is suspended, a couple of trialists there as well. We've got a youth player on the bench. He's not really got any potential, but he's a leading third division player, so if we absolutely needed him, we could use him. And we've got Davidson on loan, who could make his debut. Brendan Smith's back at the club, of course, and then Hannah is a left back, but he's not really fit, and he's not really a first team option anyway. So for now, it's Brannigan. We'll still look to get a proper left back in though, but at least he's a Premiership player. So we'll see how we go. Obviously, this probably won't be truly indicative of how we'll be. Hannah given the number 3 is very generous. I wouldn't have gave him that. I think we should have gave him a Resi number and saved the number 3 for a new incoming, but that's fine. We'll see how we get on. I didn't look to see where these will go. Is that Adam Armstrong who used to play for Southampton? Oh my god, if it is, then we are in for a tough old afternoon. No, it's not. It's a different Adam Armstrong because it's a regen. That was concerning me. I don't know how old he would be now. I mean, what season are we in now? We did 3 with Brickfoot. We're in the 5th season now, so he wouldn't be that old, I don't think. I don't think he's that old. It's a brand new slate. It's a new era. And we'll just see how we get on. If we can just get a draw in the opening game, just to get us on the board, that's fine. Obviously, in terms of league expectations, I don't really know. Obviously, we are sticking with the same tactic because it worked so well in the second division, but we may have to adjust if we are struggling a bit, because obviously it really just depends on how good the other teams are. The goalkeeper's way off his line here, and had a good start. 7 minutes in, we're 1-0 down. So last time the club were here, they finished rock bottom with 12 points. So we have to do better than that. As long as you don't finish bottom, you're not automatically relegated. But second bottom is a playoff. The board just want us to stay up. I was hoping we might do a little bit better and get in the top half to get into those European playoff places. But based on this, it's not looking likely. We are getting absolutely whacked. We're already 1-0 down. And oh my god, it was nearly 2-0. Yeah, I think a new goalkeeper. I mean, yeah, obviously we will just focus on staying up this year. We'll see how we get on. This is obviously still early days. We don't have a proper left back. Saying that though, Brannigan's actually our highest rated player so far. We do still need to figure out exactly who will be playing in the attack. Obviously, Con Clark and Jones are probably safe, but we probably could do with a better right mid, and Hugill still has something to prove. Obviously, I thought, based on the name and what I knew of him in real life, he'd be really good for this level, but he definitely hasn't seemed it so far. Obviously, the new boys, McNally, but Baptiste, Brown still has to prove himself at this level. Abbottson has to prove himself at this level. So we obviously have kept a big core of the team that were here last season because, well, first of all, we just didn't have the option to really replace everyone, but we wouldn't have done that anyway because I think a lot of these lads played really well last year and they deserve the opportunity to step up. It's a young squad and they obviously, I think, were capable of competing at this level. Doesn't seem like it so far because we're 2-0 down, but I don't know how good this side is. So one thing we may have to do is obviously revisit the tactic. We were playing a tactic that is attacking by nature. It's 4-2-2 basically, so it's basically 4 attackers. It does leave us. We did concede goals last year, but obviously we outscored a lot of times, so it didn't really matter. playing against better sides, we may need something a little bit more practical. But we'll stick with it for now. We won't just throw we won't throw everything out one game in. And obviously, like I say, there's some new boys who need to gel. There's, some positions we definitely need to improve on still. So I'm not going to totally change what we're doing just yet. I think once we're maybe about 5 to 10 games in, if we're really struggling at the bottom, then we may look to play something a little bit more practical. Maybe something with, counter-attacking or something like that. Some of our better players have really underperformed today. Jones and Con Clark are having a stinker. Still 30 minutes left. I mean, if we could get a goal, we at least get ourselves back in, and that's not great from Williams. He's lost the ball, and he's definitely not someone I'm overly convinced of. And it's 3-0. Not great. This is definitely good. This is definitely not good. We are looking like a team who are not ready for the step up at all. We'll bring Smith on. We'll put him on the left and Con Clark on the right. I guess we give new boy Davidson a run out as well. Jones has been really poor. And we'll leave the rest. We don't really have any other good subs. So we'll give 2 of the new boys. Well, Smith has been here pretty much the whole series. But we'll give the other new boy a chance, Davidson. He's obviously on loan as well. Smith on a permanent. So could be maybe we need to play Con Clark on the right. But this has definitely not looked good. Not been very good showing for the debut centre-halves. Obviously, they've both came in to replace Brannigan and Gregory. And both had real stinkers. Brown's had a stinker. The goalkeeper's had a stinker. So there's definitely some improvement need to be done in the defence. But to be fair, they've all been terrible, really. I think there's only the midfield who come out maybe unscathed. But honestly, this is a really bad showing. And it's definitely not what we wanted coming into this. Maybe the gap between the Championship and the Premiership is pretty big. Maybe it's just, we've got too many players who just aren't good enough in their positions for this level. Maybe we just need to settle. I thought we were going to get something there because Con Clark realistically should be going through playing someone in there, and we didn't see what happened. So who knows what he did. This has been an eye-opener, and maybe we need to revisit our expectations for the season. I think maybe staying up, which is what the board want. It's not even an attempt to do it. The board want us to stay up. Maybe that's what we need to be aiming for. But yeah, not a very good result. And maybe, like I say, we need to change the tactic. But we'll hold off on it just yet. Obviously, we'll give it a few. We are bottom of the league now, which is not good. But we'll hold off on it for now, and hopefully winning the cup against some non-league teams, come back against Glentoran, hopefully have a better second game. So between games, we played our Northwest Senior Cup game. It was against a non-league side. We absolutely thrashed them 8-0. So hopefully that gives us a bit of confidence coming into the second game against Glentoran, who drew their opening game. We are currently second bottom because Donegal Swifts lost both of their games. Institute, who came up with us, have won 1, lost 1. So I guess we don't really know how tough it is. I mean, they weren't that good. So we'll see. I mean, they've drew their opening game. So I guess we'll just kind of see, won't we, with this one. We have made one signing. As you can see, new boy Ollie Ewing is in. He's £430 a week deal for a year. He's a decent Premiership player, 26-year-old Welsh midfielder, formerly of TNS, Scunthorpe and Leicester as a youngster, and Fulham, actually. So he's a new box-to-box midfielder. He'll be partnering Carlin as Williams learns the role a bit more. And obviously needs to get fitness. A couple of lads have lost fitness because we haven't had a game in a little bit as well after the cup game, but hopefully we should be fine. We still haven't been able to find a left back. We still haven't been able to find a right mid, but the right mid we are currently working on, so we might just be able to pull off quite a signing for that. But for now, we are a little bit light. Obviously, Chapman was pretty good in the second tier, but seems to have dropped off a bit. And I don't know why. Really, hopefully we can get at least a draw today just to get our first point of the Premiership season. And a win would feel amazing. We're going with the same front two. I'm not convinced on Davidson just yet. I haven't obviously seen enough of him yet. I've not seen Hugo be poor enough yet either. He scored loads against the non-league side, so hopefully him and Jones can start to cook a bit in the Premier Division. Obviously, I think we are a little bit hamstrung with the centre-back at left-back. I think that is limiting our creative output. But we created lots of goals in the first games. We just didn't score any of them. So I guess we'll kind of just have to see how we get on. We look like we've got a player off the pitch. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, we'll see how we get on. But like I say, if we can just get a draw today, just to get our first point, I'll feel a lot better. But yeah, as it stands, we are very much searching for our first win, for our first point. And I am slightly worried that we are not prepared for this season. We obviously saw what happened to the club when we took it over, which was they finished rock bottom. So potentially a club not made for the top division. Glentoran go 1-0 up. Also, potentially not the tactic to be making when you're a relegation threatened side. We are very much we were playing a tactic that was working really well in the second division where we were one of the better sides. Now on one of the worst sides, there's a big gap between the top division and the second division. So we potentially need a rethink on the system. But like I say, we won't just rechange it all so quickly because it was working pretty well. And obviously we had a couple cup games against top opposition that went quite well as well. But we seem to be struggling. Now, we could have just potentially played two of the better teams in the league. So I guess we'll only see as we go. But we are 2-0 down. And it's not looking promising. It's not looking promising at all. We're just not creating anything as well in this game, which is really poor. We just seem to be conceding every chance as well. I definitely think having a centre-back at left-back is definitely making it a lot worse. And I was hoping the new midfield signing would start to, create a little bit more and we'd be a little bit better at the back. But I am very much worrying that we are not good enough for this level with the squad we have. And I also worry, that's poor from Brannigan and that's poor from Abbottson. It's 3-0. We're getting honked. We are getting absolutely whacked. This is a huge, huge wake-up call. Like I said, I won't change everything straight away. But yeah, obviously the tactic works. It's just maybe not with the level we're at. And we need to rethink to something more practical, more counter-attacking. And maybe we just need to take our medicine in the first season and just try and stay up with something, like I say, more practical, more counter-attacking. Because at the minute, we are just getting whacked. We do not look up to the same level as these lads. We look miles off them. We lost 3-0 in the first game. We're already 3-0 down now. Yeah, we did really well in the cup game against non-league nobodies, but we are struggling. Jones, one-on-one. Finishes off. That was a good ball from Hugo. It was a good finish from Jones. So maybe not out of it just yet, but that was good work. And it was on the counter-attack, which maybe suggests that the counter-attack could work for us. Maybe we just need a better goalkeeper or something. I don't know. Chapman, he could do the similar thing here. If Jones got on his bike, we could have been doing something there. They're just going to let Jones run. Why doesn't Jones just go for it? Go on, Jones. Go on, Jones. Oh, they let him just go through. I don't know why. But it was a poor finish in the end from Jones. Remains 3-1 to Glenavon. But yeah, this is another wake-up call for us. We've been poor. Really, really poor. And left back, goalkeeper. Con Clark has not been great. I'll tell you that in the first two games. Con Clark has not been great. Obviously, there's some new players. It's going to take a little while. But there is a shout to just bring the centre-backs in who did well last season. Maybe McNally and Baptiste just aren't as good as they look. But we'll leave it for now. Obviously, I do think they're probably better players. We just need a left-back. We badly need a left-back. And we probably need a better winger than Chapman. We badly need, and Con Clark is just so streaky as a player. Sometimes he has really good games, but other times he just goes missing for games on games. It's very, very odd. But still 3-1. At least we're not getting absolutely hammered in the second half, because that would definitely not be good for our morale. We're just not getting any challenges in, and I think that's great work from Baptiste to get the ball forward like that. That's a good ball over. Jones takes it down on his chest. If we could get something here, he's got to play that in the middle. What is he doing? Why is he shooting from there? He's got to get it in the middle. I don't know why he's had a shot. Hugo, I think it was Hugo, was racing forward. He's a big boy. Get it into Hugo. It's so poor. And maybe this is maybe we should have sold Jones when we had the interest. But this is the problem, is I just think the decision-making's poor. But Ewan does well to recover the ball. McNally will play it back to goalkeeper Abbottson, who's starting to look like he's not really up to the level. But it could just be that he's got some poor players in front of him. Brannigan almost runs it out of play, but Jones keeps it. And this is where we're slightly hamstrung, because you don't really want to play it back to Brannigan, because he's not really a proper fullback. But Brannigan racing forward, plays it in. Oh, and that's got to be a better ball. Again, he's going to the first man, who's just absolutely crowded out. It's got to be a better ball. We've won the ball back, and Con Clark can play it to McNally, but nothing obviously comes of it. And we look good in little spells. It's just, it's just the left. Centre back at left back's killing us. It really is. Con Clark, I mean, he's just launched it forward to Con Clark there. Carlin plays it to Ewan, who, again, we're getting it out to Brannigan, but he's not really got it in him. He does swing it in long, but nothing comes of it. Ewan can take it, though. That's a great effort from Ewan from distance, unfortunately just wide. And there is a shout to maybe just play... No, there isn't a shout. I'm going to say maybe play like a winger at fullback, like a Smith, but I don't think that's the shout either. We'll swap wings again. We'll put Smith on the left. Hugel's not really done much. We'll give Davidson a run out as well. And maybe with 20 minutes, try and get another goal, just to try and get ourselves at least close to back in the game. Brannigan into Brendan Smith. Brendan Smith, looking forward, needs to start doing something if he wants to make a claim for getting in. That's good work into Jones. He's went backwards. There was options there. Ewan turns into Con Clark. Lots of options ahead of him. Goes back to Con Clark. Finds his right back. Is he onside? We'll never know. It's in. And I think that was it Davidson? He had a great effort, and Jones follows up. I mean, Davidson's got to score there. He's got to score from that distance, and that's when you get yourself in the side. And missing chances like that does not want to make me start you. But we've definitely been better in the second half. It's just conceding goals. It looks like it's going to be a real problem for us this year. Brannigan a big swing in. Thought it was going to land to the boy, but it doesn't. Brendan Smith will pick it up. The number 7, can he get a ball in the box? He can't. He finds Baptista with a lovely back heel back to Smith. Carlin from distance, and Sean Carlin scored. And with 10 minutes left, we could get ourselves level. 10 minutes to go. It's 3-2. If we could get a leveler now, not ideal conceding 3, but if we could just get a point just to get ourselves level, then that is a very decent point, and I'll take it, and we will move on. And this is the beauty of the system. We are good going forward, and if we can get some players cooking at this level, then we will be fine. But we just need to shore up the defence. Smith gets round his man. Smith, he's got to just get the ball in the box. Why is he trying to shoot from there? I was going to say he's looking like a much better option than Chapman and putting Con Clark on the right, but it just wasn't to be. And then the goalkeeper can clear it. But we've been the better side. Look at the stats. We're creating a lot. We're just not scoring enough of the chances we're creating. And it looks like we're just going to run out of time. But honestly, that is a very, very positive second half. We got 2 goals. And honestly, we look like the better side this game. If we can get a proper left back in, a right mid, a goalkeeper, and maybe a really good strike. I don't know. I think we're going to run out of budget before we can do all that. But honestly, that was really disappointing with the goals conceded. But the goals scored is good. We are second bottom, so we're relegation playoff. There's a couple of teams who've not picked up a lot of points so far. So even just a 1 win would rocket us up the table. It's early doors, but honestly, much better than the first game. That second half is much better. Once the team starts to gel, once we can get a left back in, I mean, that's the main thing. We can get a left back in. Like I say, I think that's the main position now. We'll try and get a right mid in. For now, I think what we'll actually do is probably put Con Clark on the right and Smith on the left, and maybe do that because Smith looked decent when he came on. But yeah, once we I think we'll be okay. I think we just need a couple better players in some positions, a left back and a goalkeeper, and I think we'll be I think we'll be okay. But and maybe a rethink on the tactic. But we'll leave it for now. We'll play some games off camera. We won't go too far ahead, though, because we are struggling. Let's come back maybe for the end of September. Just play a couple games, couple league cup games as well. Come back for Ballymena and Donegal Swifts, who seem like they're kind of strugglers as well. So maybe we've just played 2. I mean, let's take a look at the season preview. Have we just played 2 teams who are expected to do quite well? Well, Glentoran are 4th, Glenavon are 6th. So they are top half teams. And look at the odds. There's quite a difference between teams in the top half and the bottom half. I think we'll be okay. I think we've played two teams in the top half. We got whacked off one of them. We got whacked in the first half of the other, but we came back in the second half. Yeah. I think we'll be okay. But if we can just stay up, I think that's the main thing. We need the first win. If we need the first point, but if we can get a win, we'll definitely be okay. But Institute are meant to have been as rock bottom, and they've won a game. So it's definitely not impossible. We just need, like I say, a couple bodies in. Maybe we should have kept O'Kane. That's maybe my bad. Couple of bodies in some key positions, and I think we'll be fine. But yeah, we won't go too far ahead. Like I say, we'll only play 6 games off camera, 2 of them cup games, and then we'll come back for these 2 league games. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the UK Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.